Welcome back to Studio XOXO. I'm Alex Mordo, hashtag Mama Mordo, and in this segment I'll be taking you through how I prep and prime my dry to incredibly dry skin to achieve this lit from within glowing base that you see featured in the majority of the looks I create. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and let's go ahead and get glowing. Because I'm starting off with clean, dry skin, I'm going to go in with the NYX Bear With Me Multitasking Spray. I love that I can take this spray, start my routine, and then finish my routine to set my makeup with it as well. I love a multi-use product. Next, I'm reaching for The Ordinary's High Adherence Silicone Primer. I'll take about a chocolate chip size drop and begin to smooth this over my entire face. Not only does this hold my makeup in place, but more importantly in my case, this is going to smooth over any dry patches of rough texture and also fill in areas where I have fine lines that are exacerbated due to the excessive dryness that I have. We always want what we don't have, so those of us that tend to be dry tend to gravitate towards these very radiant looks. And if you've been around highlighters long enough, you know that they tend to go very patchy on dry skin, and they also show off every single fine line. We tend to wear them right up towards the temple area, and guess what? That's where our crow's feet are. My favorite highlighter is the Marc Jacobs Dewdrops Coconut Gel Highlighter in shade number 50, Do You. And my favorite way to use it is to cocktail it with The Ordinary's High Adherence Silicone Primer. I take about a mini chocolate chip size drop of the Marc Jacobs Dewdrops, and I mix that in with about a standard chocolate chip size drop of The Ordinary, and then I'll massage that together between my fingertips to ensure that it's blended together really well before I begin applying to the high points of my face. I begin placing my custom radiance cocktail at my cheekbone, sweeping upwards towards the top. Never mind that I got a little right there down on my cheek. It'll all blend in the end. And I use a combination of massaging and patting motions. And this combination of the primer and the highlighter is super forgiving. I can really go ahead, massage, work, and blend this into the skin without having to worry about the highlighting gel breaking up. I'm going to apply it to my Cupid's bow, on my chin. I'll go up to the top of my forehead, sweep that on, and then over the top of my brow bone as well. Really taking time to pat and blend and make sure that that's all worked into the skin and distributed really well. Then I'm just going to take a moment to wipe off my hands before I go in with my eye cream. I use the Origin's Ginzing Brightening Eye Cream. I love this. This has an apricot tone to it as well as a little bit of a pearl radiance. And I'm going to be applying this underneath my eye and in my temple area. As you can see, I have very dark circles. I also have very deep set eyes with a really prominent brow bone. So I tend to do a lot of color correcting and concealing. So it's super important that my under eye area is really moisturized so that my concealers apply really smoothly. It's also really important that my eye cream doesn't cause them to slide around. And I love that with the Origin's Ginzing. They apply very smoothly over the top of it. They do not crease. I never have issues with them breaking apart and I love that it has that little bit of the apricot tone, which helps start the process of my color correcting. I'm going to finish the product with Bite Beauty's Agave Lip Mask. I go ahead and apply this, and then I let it set for the entire duration of the time that I'm applying my makeup. And then right before I apply my lip color at the end, I'll just blot this off with a paper towel. This is also a product that's a staple of my skincare routine. I apply this AM and PM after I brush my teeth. I really used to struggle with seasonal, dry, cracked, peeling lips, and I tried every lip balm under the sun, and just nothing holds a candle to this. This really keeps my lips matte lipstick ready at a go. I chose a full coverage foundation, Estee Lauder's Double Wear, and you can see that radiance just shining through. It's very luminous, very lit from within. Here's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave me a comment below and let me know what tip was most helpful to you. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already, and join me again next Friday for more. Thanks so much for watching.